where we delve into the most compelling true crime stories. In today's episode, we explore the life and crimes of one of America's most notorious female serial killers, Aileen Wuornos. Please note that this video discusses violent crimes and may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Aileen Wuornos was born on February 29, 1956, in Rochester, Michigan. Her early life was fraught with challenges. Abandoned by her mother and raised by her grandparents, Wuornos faced abuse and neglect from a young age. Her father, Leo Dale Pittman, was a convicted child molester who was incarcerated at the time of her birth. Her mother, Diane Wuornos, left Aileen and her brother Keith with their grandparents when Aileen was just 4 years old. Growing up, Aileen experienced severe physical and emotional abuse from her grandfather. By the age of 11, she was engaging in sexual activities in exchange for food, drugs, and cigarettes. She also claimed to have been sexually assaulted by her grandfather and his friends. By her early teens, she was living on the streets, engaging in sex work to survive. These formative experiences shaped her tragic path she would eventually take. In the late 1980s, Wuornos's life took a darker turn. She began targeting middle-aged men along Florida's highways, posing as a hitchhiker.
I don't know about you. I'm telling you, man. No, I wasn't born bad. You guys got it. See, I'm trying to tell you, man, they lied. They lied so bad to you all.
But you've been convicted of killing 7 men.
Everybody's looking at the number.
Does that not... You killed 7 men, 7 strangers. Does that not make you a serial killer?
So I didn't kill them every day, did I? Did I go out there every day and say, I'm gonna kill? If I did, there would be hundreds.
Well, no, it took you 12 months.
Yeah, and that's a hell of a lot of men I went through before the next jerk came along, and I used protection, like a condom.
So it was
AIDS.
self-defense.
Yeah.
Lee, the first one, perhaps, the second maybe, but
So what?
7 times?
So what?
Between 1989 and 1990, she murdered 7 men in cold blood. Wuornos claimed that each killing was an act of self-defense, arguing that her victims had either assaulted or attempted to assault her. However, the evidence painted a different picture, suggesting premeditation and a pattern of robbery and murder. Her first known victim was Richard Mallory, a convicted rapist whom Wuornos claimed to have killed in self-defense. His body was found in a wooded area, and he had been shot multiple times. Over the next year, 6 more men were found dead, each killed in a similar manner. The victims were David Spears, Charles Carskadden, Troy Burris, Charles Humphreys, Peter Seams, and Walter Antonio. Wuornos's method of operation involved luring her victims with the promise of sex, then shooting them at point-blank range and robbing them. Wuornos's killing spree came to an end in January 1991 when she was arrested in Volusia County, Florida. Her arrest was the result of a significant police effort involving an undercover operation and tips from her former lover, Tyria Moore.
Chamber as a liar, and I cannot go in the execution chamber and be executed under the devil. I have to come clean and cleanse my spirit in the name of Jesus Christ. So I have to come clean and tell the world the lies that went on through my mouth. I mean, now prosecutors and cops.
And that you killed the 7 men.
Huh?
That you killed those men in cold blood.
Yeah, and I got to come clean that I killed those 7 men in first-degree murder and robbery. As they said, they had it right. A serial killer. Not so much like thrill kill.
Moore cooperated with the police, helping them gather evidence against Wuornos in exchange for immunity. The subsequent trial garnered national attention, with Wuornos eventually being convicted of 6 murders and receiving 6 death sentences. Her trial raised numerous questions about her mental state, the role of her traumatic past, and the ethics of her execution. During the trial, Wuornos displayed erratic behavior, often lashing out at the prosecution and making bizarre statements. Despite her claims of self-defense, the jury found her guilty of premeditated murder. While on death row, Wuornos's story continued to captivate the public. She gave numerous interviews, often showing erratic behavior and vacillating between remorse and defiance. Filmmakers and journalists sought to uncover the truth behind her actions, resulting in documentaries and films that portrayed her in various lights. One of the most notable portrayals was the 2003 film Monster, in which actress Charlize Theron won an Academy Award for her portrayal of Wuornos. Despite her troubled past, some saw Wuornos as a tragic figure, while others viewed her as a cold-blooded killer. Her mental health deteriorated during her time on death row, and she was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder. Wuornos's appeals for clemency were denied, and she continued to express a desire to be executed, stating that she wanted to get right with God. Aileen Wuornos was executed by lethal injection on October 9, 2002 at Florida State Prison.
You're going to be, at 9:30 tomorrow morning. Are you prepared?
I'm prepared. I'm all right. I'm all right with it.
And how...
I'm all right with it, but like I said, remember, let them know that I know that the cops knew who I was. After Richard Mallory died, I left prints everywhere, and they covered it up and let me kill the rest of those guys to turn me into a serial killer. I know they did, because I was no professional serial killer or anything, murderer or whatever you want to call it, I wasn't professional at what I was doing.
Eileen,
I did some sloppy work, and I left
How
prints.
have you prepared yourself for tomorrow morning?
I'm all right with it. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Hey, I was tortured at BCI. They had the intercom on in the room, and they kept lying that it wasn't on, and they were using sonic pressure on my head since 1997.
Sonic
And every
pressure.
time I was trying to write something, I think they had some kind of eye in the cell, I'm not sure, but every time I started writing something, it went up higher. So I'm thinking that probably had the TV rigged. The TV or the mirror, something was rigged. They got a huge satellite on the compound. After they put the huge satellite on the compound, it could have been either rigged to...
Her life and crimes left a lasting impact on the true crime community and sparked discussions about the death penalty, mental health, and the societal factors that contribute to such tragic outcomes. Today, Wuornos' story serves as a grim reminder of the complex interplay between nature and nurture, and the devastating consequences of a life marked by trauma and violence. Her case has been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and films, each offering different perspectives on her life and crimes. Some view her as a victim of a harsh and uncaring society, while others see her as a manipulative and dangerous predator. Regardless of one's perspective, Aileen Wuornos' story remains a powerful and cautionary tale about the impact of abuse, mental illness, and the criminal justice system. Thank you for watching today's episode on Aileen Wuornos. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more true crime stories. Let us know in the comments what other cases you would like us to cover. Until next time,